All right, Coach. U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. This will be taken short. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Ready, set. I got you. I got you. Bravo. 14. 3-3. Mike 4. Mike 4. Now watch one. Watch one. Mike.
On first down, McDonald. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Slam, 80 weapons. No.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Set. 30 base.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Hey, we got. Ready to go. Hey, orbit. Hit it.
Back to throw. McDonald. And he's able to find Diggs. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. McDonald nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
On 2nd down now, it's Holloway. Takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 55 yards.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Matchbox lights.
Back to throw. McDonald. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. 5.
Mike 5. Hey, pick your game up. Check 13. Check 13.
To throw again. McDonald. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
The seventh play now of this opening drive. This is third and long, though.
Mike four. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Looking to throw. McDonald. That's going to be caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Certainly not what they wanted defensively. We're hoping to hold them to a field goal. Instead, they're able to convert the third and long here on the opening drive.
So not only was it a flipping field position and a flipping fortunes, but how about mentally? You just described it. They were hoping.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His sixth touchdown of the season. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Check.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Able to pick up a healthy chunk of yards, 7-yard gain, but a tough 3rd and 9 upcoming.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Watch 81, fellas, watch 81. Mike 10.
Go. Hey, Delta.
Mike 10. Watch the slap.
On third down, wrong. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you run into big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Back to throw. McDonald. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A gain there of 21 yards. See some head shaking on that defensive sideline because so much focus on taking away what he did last week as NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Big gain there for him to start.
I love your observation because you would think they'd be prepared for him after what he did the previous week. But sometimes that skill set actually intimidates a defense, and he used it to his great advantage.
He's going to air one out. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me. 12 the mark. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Throwing again. Wrong. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treat it as such.
They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long.
Check 4.
From the gun. Wrong. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
First down.
Set. 60 outlaw. We own them. Rush in. 2.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Vikings 7, Bears nothing.
Let's go now. 30 base.
It's just me and you.
Get it.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Touchdown, Chicago! Tariq Cohen, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken very short. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Now a give, right side. Holloway. And all the opposite 45. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
On 1st and 10, McDonald. This pass complete to Higgins. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, if you bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, we got 3.
To throw again, McDonald. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
60 Pittsburgh. Twist. Check 52. Deuce.
Off the play fake. McDonald. Flush to his right. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown of this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. McDonald. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Chopper! Mike, 4. Get it.
Operating from the gun. McDonald. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Olabisi Johnson. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Hey, Echo. Mike, 4. Get the ball. Check nickel. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Let's go.
To throw on 2nd down. Roth. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense, because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Tight dog. Now.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Ready, break. Hey, exit. Let's go right here now. Mike 5. Hey, come on now. Hit it.
throwing on first down. McDonald going deep for Diggs. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Shedding the tackle. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, Roth, and he completes it to Cohen.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Hey, switch gears.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. On 4th down, Roth. That is caught by Cohen. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. This quarterback now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down.
Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Turn it up. Get it.
Looking to throw. Wrong. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. Now a signal and a timeout call. as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
First down, Bears.
And into the red zone now, and Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points, so you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes, make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Klein. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. They come out here in the eye. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left.
Switch. Hey, watch this. Yep. Get him. You got it.
A final shot before break. Wrong. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete. It's now second and goal at the 1-yard line.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Carlson is good. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit. Cohen lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Here we go. Set. 15 line. 15 line. Get that ball. Now.
On second down, it's Cohen. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, wrong. High throw, but he makes the catch. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Looking to throw on second down. Wrong. Throw left side complete. It's Cohen. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. At his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field. Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Switch.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Klein. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Back to throw again. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Off play action. Roth. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Mike 10. Mike 10. Mike 10. You better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now.
On 4th down. Roth. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Protein spill.
Now again, right side. Holloway. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Mike, 4.
To throw on 2nd down. McDonald. Complete. Smith has it. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Hey, Alpha.
Watch the pass. Here we go.
Go. Now.
Back to throw. McDonald. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Check. Pilot, 64, wait. Back. Hey. Ready?
They try again with Cohen. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Another carry, same story. 4th quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got into what they were doing offensively, into their mindset, and now they're beating them to the punch on every snap.
Watch the curl. Sit. Check 3. Hey, Haywood. No! I got motion. Mike 10.
To throw on 3rd down. Wrong. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 22-yard line. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Get ready.
Now Cohen. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They run. This is Cohen. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
8-3. Let's go. Shoot.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 16.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Hey, alert 3. SOS. Get it.
Operating from the gun. Wrong. And that is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. Carlson able to put this one through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
This will be taken short, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Bravo.
Mike 4. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Mike 4. Yes. Check. Let's go.
Looking to throw. McDonald. And his throw is incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And it's 3rd and short.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, it's Holloway, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8. The Vikings send out their punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here comes Cohen. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cohen. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Check hot route. Hot. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Get ready.
On 3rd down, Gronk. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
I smell fear in that offense. Kill. Shoot.
On 4th down, Gronk. Throw left side complete. It's Klein. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On 1st down, Cohen. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cohen, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. Tough spot here, 3rd and 18, following back-to-back running plays that went in the wrong direction. From the gun, Gronk. He's going to let it fly. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But